Hi everyone, I hope you are well. So I want to do a couple of a little bit different things today. Breathing exercise and also maybe a couple of intermediate poses that we haven't done in a while. So let's begin just by centering ourselves. Sit comfortably on your mat. Make sure your sitting bones are really connecting with the mat and with the earth beyond it. Your elbows are hanging right below your shoulders. Your hands are comfortable on your knees or thighs, maybe turned up. Maybe bringing thumb and forefinger together in a relaxing mudra. So just put aside your busy schedule, your busy day, your to-do list, and just come right here into this spot. This special spot right on our mats, a safe spot, and just breathe. Just nice, soft, easy breaths. Notice your immediate surroundings. Notice what your senses tell you. And then notice what's going on in your body. Are you comfortable sitting this way? Do you have to make some changes, some adjustments? Maybe your spine is a little too rigid. Maybe you have to ease that a little. Maybe you're leaning a little too forward or a little too far back. Think about your spine being straight but soft, and right on top of it sits your head, balanced, your skull. And just breathe. Focus on the breath. Try to put aside other thoughts, disconnecting from the external world for this time that we have together. And then open your eyes, lift your arms way out to the sides. Touch the side walls. Come on up, bring your palms together, bring your hands down to prayer. So today I would like to teach you Kapalabathi breathing. And then I'd also like to teach you Annaluma, Viloma, or alternate nostril breathing. One is to energize you, one is to relax you. So we'll start with the alternate nostril because that is the relaxing one. And then as we go into our practice, we will go over the Kapalabathi breathing. So alternate nostril. This is what it looks like. You raise your thumb, you let the other three fingers curl in toward your palm, and you lift the pinky. All right, some people do it this way with the first two raised, the second two raised, and the pinky raised. But you'll see it doesn't matter as we go through the exercise. Some people do it with just their thumb. So let's start this way. You're going to close off your right nostril, and you're going to take a breath in through the left. And you're going to hold that at the top, and then you're going to switch. You're going to close off your left nostril, let the breath out of your right. Bring it in through your right. Inhale, hold, switch. Exhale through the left, and inhale through the left. All right, so that's the pattern. You're exhaling and inhaling through the same nostril, and then you're switching to the other, exhaling and inhaling through that one. Closing off the opposite as you exhale and inhale through the first side, closing off the opposite, exhale, inhale through the second side. All right, so let us begin. Close off your right nostril. Breathe in and switch. Breathe out. Breathe in. Switch. Breathe out. Breathe in. Switch. Breathe out. Breathe in. Switch. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In on your own. So one more on each side, and then just close your eyes and notice how you feel. So that's a quieting or calming breath. Open your eyes. Kapalabathi breath, breath of fire. So, very different. Imagine that you have candles on a little birthday cake. You're going to blow those out with the breath of your exhalation. So it looks like this. Blowing out each candle with my exhale. In between, there's an automatic inhale. All right, so let's try it. Oh, another visual that some people use is that they're blowing feathers off of their upper lip with their exhale. All right, so whichever one works for you. We'll do a round of 20 and then we'll pause and we'll do another round of 20. So breathe in and begin your exhales. And take a pause. And let's do 20 again. And pause. Excuse me. Now, notice how you feel. Different from the other exercise of breathing, yes? This one you feel a little more energized. Some people say they feel lighter. Some people say they feel even lightheaded or a little bit airy. All right, so just notice how you feel. And then let's lift the arms. Big inhale, exhale, turn to the left, lower your arms. Come on up, turn to the right. Lower your arms, come on up, lean over to the left. And cartwheel to the other side. And come back, hands on your knees, lean back onto your tailbone. Come on up onto your sitting bones, arching and rounding your back as you come down and arching as you lift your heart up. Again, down and up. One more, down and up. This is like cat-cow, except in seated position. And then stretch your legs out. Bend your left one. Take hold of the bottom of that foot with your right hand, and then lift your leg and draw it across to the right. Bring your left arm forward and just follow it as you turn your chest to the back, looking over your shoulder, glancing toward your hand. Now see what else you can do with your left leg. Can you bring it over to the side a little bit more? Can you flex the ankle? Can you lift it a little bit higher? Sit tall. If there's a rounding in your back, take it out. Make your back nice and straight and tall. Breathe. And then bring your left hand back to switch. Hands on your foot and draw your leg out to the side, to the left side. Bring your right arm forward. follow it around behind you. Look toward your right hand as you flex your left ankle and draw that leg out a little bit more to the side. Maybe that leg can come a little bit higher. Don't forget about your back, keeping it nice and tall and straight. And then come on back, fold that foot into your inner thigh. Bring your right leg forward, drop your left knee down, take your hands to the sides of your thigh, and just slide forward. Let your nose come toward your knee. Flex your right ankle and let your hands come to the bottom of your foot, if that's available to you. Maybe your hands are on your ankle, or maybe they're on your shin. All of that is fine, whatever is available to you, as long as you're coming to your edge. Now notice on every exhale, you can bend or fold just a little bit more. So just let that happen. Maybe your hands can slide a little bit further down your leg. Maybe your elbows can bend. Breathe. Push the back of your knee down toward the floor. You can feel that stretch of the back of your leg. And then slowly, keeping your chin into your chest, come on up. Stretch out the left leg. Make a nice big circle with your nose in each direction. Now bend your right leg. Bring it to the, different pose. Bring your hand to the bottom of your foot. Lift your leg and bring it all the way out to the right. To the left. Take your right arm forward, follow it around behind you. Remember, you can improve the right leg, maybe bending the ankle, maybe lifting it higher or further out to the side. Your back is straight, you're looking over your shoulder, and breathe. So we're stretching inner and outer thighs. Switch hands on your foot. Now your leg goes out to the right side and your left arm comes around and you look toward it. And then bend that leg in. Bottom of your foot comes to your inner thigh. Drop your knee down. Take your hands, slide them down your leg. Bring your nose toward your knee. Remember about the folding a little bit deeper on every exhale, the bending of the elbows, reaching down your leg for your ankle or bottom of your foot. Keep your chin tucked in and slowly come up. Stretch your legs out. Take a nice breath. Sit tall. Look over your left shoulder, then drop your chin down and across. Lift it over your right. And then again back to the left and back to the right and left and right and again. Nice big circle in each direction. Now here's another one. You're going to fold your legs, but you're going to take the top leg over your knee so that the knees are pretty much stacked and your feet are out to the sides. And just press down into your feet. Let your fingertips massage the bottom of your foot. Maybe going right down the middle and pressing. And then pressing your fingertips into that fleshy part between your foot and your toes. We never pay too much attention to our feet. This is called Face of God. So you're going to clasp your hands behind your head, and then you're going to let your left elbow come up as your right elbow goes down, and your head is going to push back into that folded arm. Breathe. And then bring your arms up, pulse a few times, release. And stretch your legs out, maybe a little shake. Then we're going to do the opposite. So, same idea. Knees are pretty much stacked. Your feet are out to the side. Clasp your hands behind your head. Pulse your elbows a few times. And then the right elbow comes up and the left one goes down. Breathe. So you're feeling this in your hips, feeling it in your legs, and definitely getting that nice stretch through your side, right up through your armpit. Let your head push back into that arm for a little more stretch through the shoulder. Breathe and release. Turn your palms up to the ceiling. Make some circles on the ceiling. If you want, stretch your legs out or fold them and do that a little bit more. A few more circles. Just loosening everything up. Reach up and down. Breathe. So, roll over your knees into table and bring your left knee forward between your hands. So this is a bind. We don't do binds very often in my class, but they're a little challenging. It's certainly an intermediate pose, as is Face of God that we just did. But let's give it a try. We can play with it. And do know that one side is usually easier than the other. So bring your shoulders up and then turn to the right. It's your left leg that's forward. And you're going to take your left hand and reach through your legs. Then you're going to lift your right arm so that your chest is open and turned. Bend the elbow, turn the back of your hand toward the small of your back as you slide it around and reach for your other hand. You're going to roll that right shoulder way back. Whoops. Roll it back, look up. And release. Come on back. Slide your knee back, and let's do it on the other side. So over here, you'll slide your right foot forward. Lift your shoulders. Reach through with your right arm. Find that hand with your left hand. Open your shoulders and turn your chest, turn your shoulders, look up. So that's a bind on this side. And then come on back, slide your foot back, drop back to child's pose. And just wiggle your hips from side to side and then settle. Right in the middle, you're going to let your buttocks come to your heels. Then your belly comes between your thighs and then your forehead comes to the mat. Just stretch your arms out. Walk your fingertips overhead. And then drop your palms down. And either stay there or you might want to drop your arms over your knees and let your fingertips gently touch the bottom of your feet. Gives a little release to the shoulders that we worked in the bind. And then slide your hands forward, come up to table. Tuck your toes and lift to downward dog. Now, your buttocks lift nice and high, your heels come down, your legs are straight, your arms wrap in toward your head. Glide forward into plank. lower down, chaturanga. So now, if you have your hands under your shoulders, that's the right place, right starting place for downward dog. It's also the right starting place for cobra. But today we're going to do upward dog. So that requires that we slide our hands back pretty much in line with your nipples, and you want your elbows to be right over your wrists. So press down into your pubic bone, lift your head and shoulders, begin to straighten your arms, and then lift your thighs off the floor. Upward dog. So your shoulders should be right over your wrists. Your heart is shining forward. The tops of your feet and your hands are the only thing touching the ground. And then drop your knees and slowly push back to child's pose. And take a few breaths here. Come on up to table. And let's just always do a few cat-cow in table. So, inhale on the cow, exhale on the cat. A few more times on your own. And then come back to neutral, tuck your toes under, lift to downward dog. Lift your right leg, bend the knee, make a half circle toward the ceiling. So you're going to open your hips to the side wall. You're going to stack the right hip on top of the left. Look under your left armpit. Look back for your foot. Breathe. And then turn your hips to the mat. Glide your right knee up to your right wrist. Slide your left foot back. Toenails to the floor. Take a look at your right shin. You want it to be nice and straight from the knee to the toe. So your foot is turned toward the mat. Your toes are turned toward the mat. And that makes a nice straight line without a break in your ankle. Then look forward, walk your hands back. Let your heart reach out. King pigeon. And then slowly come forward. You can bring your hands overhead, or you can make a pillow with your hands for your forehead. Come on down. Wiggle your hips from side to side. And stop right in the middle. Settle in the middle between left and right. Picture your left leg a straight line from the hip joint to the toe. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. And breathe. Lift your forehead, walk your hands back. Slide your right hand underneath the left. So the top of your arm comes down to the mat, right inside of your knee, and the side of your head also to the mat. You can take your right arm and reach it out. And then if all is going well, lift your left arm up to the ceiling and follow that hand with your gaze. Thread the needle in pigeon. Breathe. And then bring your hand down. And work your way back. Tuck your left toes under. Lift your right leg, give it a shake maybe, or perhaps bend the knee and make some circles. And then bring that right foot to the floor. Now lift your left leg. Bend the knee. Make a half circle to the ceiling. Stacking your hips, letting your hips be open to the left side wall. Drop your right heel down. Look under your right armpit. Look back for your foot. And then turn your hips to the mat. Glide your left knee up to your left wrist. Slide your right foot back. Toenails to the floor. take a look at your left shin. Turn your toenails down toward the mat so you have a nice straight line. And then look forward, walk your hands back, king pigeon. If you want, you could clasp your hands behind your back. You might even lift them up in a V and look up to create a little back bend here. Bring your hands down. Now squeeze your thighs toward each other so you come up higher. And then lower down again. And lower down. Walk your hands forward for sleeping pigeon. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Find the spot in the middle and then settle there. Picture your right leg nice and straight. Relax your back. Now lift your forehead. Slide your left hand underneath the right. The side of your head and the top of your arm comes to the floor. You can stretch your left arm out with the palm up. And then lift your right arm up to the ceiling and let your gaze go along with it. Breathe. Come on down. Bring your hands back. Start to work your way back. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your left leg. Give it a shake. Maybe make some circles. Bring that foot to the floor. And breathe. Now, lift your right leg and lunge it forward between your hands. Press down into your right foot. Bring your right forearm onto your right knee. And turn to face the side wall. Lift your arm up over your head. Lift your hips so you have a nice straight line from your fingertips to your ankle. Side angled pose. Now if you don't feel stable, you can bring your fingertips to the floor. And that's fine. Drop your hand down and switch sides. Bring your left leg, left foot up and your right foot back. Drop your knee. Bring your left forearm onto your left knee. Lift your hips, bring your right arm up and over. And remember, you can always drop your left hand to the floor. Breathe. Straight line from fingertips to ankle. Bring your hand down, drop your knee, slide your left foot back, come to child's pose. Come on up to table. Tuck your toes under and lift slowly to downward dog. Glide forward into plank. Now just walk your right hand in about 2 inches and then drop your right foot to the side. Bring your left foot on top of it. Side plank. Lift your left arm. Come on out of that. Come back to downward dog. And let's just do that on the other side. So glide forward into plank. Walk your left hand in. Drop over onto the side of your foot. Your right foot comes on top and your right arm lifts. Bring your hand down. Come back to plank. Drop your knees and come on back to child's pose. Come on up to table. Just drop your hips over to one side. Swing your legs forward and fold them. And sit for a few moments. So those are some of the intermediate poses that I wanted to show you for today. I hope you enjoyed them. So we would never do all of those in a practice. We would intersperse them with some of the more traditional poses, some of the less challenging poses, so that we have a balance, so that the muscles and bones have a chance to recover from each challenge as we go through our practice. So we can sit here for a few moments, or you can lie on your back in Shavasana for a few moments before going out into our day. I hope that you feel a change. I hope there's an improvement in how you feel from the beginning of our practice to now. I hope you feel more energetic. I hope you feel stronger. I hope you feel calmer. I hope you feel less stressed. So breathe and just focus on your breath. Don't let your thoughts wander into your day yet. Focus on your breath, that life force, the prana. Notice it coming in and filling up your body, expanding your body. Fill up as full as you can. And then on the exhale, let it all empty out. You can even squeeze your belly a little to get the last drop out. And then come on and fill again. And just do that a couple more times, or for as long as you want. So I will end my practice here, but I certainly urge you, encourage you, invite you to go on as long as you want with the breathing and the relaxation, the short meditation. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.